Good morning, guys. Today is February 27, 2017, and the pre-market is so-so today. It doesn't have any exciting plays. So the ones that I'm watching today are these on my watch list right here. I got a bunch of them today, but most of them I got alerts on, so I'm just watching for a potential setup once they hit my price target. So for example, MYSZ here, I got a price target at 3, which is at right now. So once the bid price hits 3, it'll alert me of it. And then we'll go from there. It was a recent spiker on a low volume. I feel like if it makes a new high, the first daily candle to make a new high, it could have potential to run. So that's what I'll be watching for. Other than that, I basically have CLRB on my watch list here. Now CLRB has a float of 4.75 million, so low float, PR about phase 1 trial update. So not a huge news or a press release, but I mean phase 1 trial update. Something good happened in phase 1. So they're letting the investors know that there's good news, and that excites the traders, the investors. So people will be watching this. On the RSI, it's about 68, so a bit high, but it could have potential. It could definitely run. So I'm not really worried about the RSI on this one. It could have potential, especially on the break of 290 here. That's what I'll be watching for, a break of 290. Let me just put that there. Break of 290, possible run for the break of 3, and then push towards the 350 or 340 area. So that would be an ideal play on that. And then we got ONCS is my second one from this morning gappers. We got float of 17.8 million, so a bit towards the heavy side, but it granted fast track FDA. So FDA fast track, for their drug, that's good news. That means that they're able to get their drug out there faster, and it's gapping up about 10-12% in the morning. But the thing is, pre-market is declining, so it gapped up in the morning, and then now it's kind of been declining ever since. It's not making it's not hanging near slows. It's not showing potential. So because of that, we're just gonna be keeping this on the back burner, but it's nothing that I'm super excited for. So anyways, for now, we're just gonna be watching these. We'll see how the market opens. Again, the game of the game is to be patient and let the opportunities come to me. I don't need to seek out opportunities. I don't need to force opportunities, is what I mean. I just need to be on the lookout, make sure I'm available to take advantage of whatever the opportunity market provides, and that's the name of the game today. So thanks for sticking around. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. That's when the market opens, so then we'll come back. If something pops up, something new, something exciting, I'll definitely let you guys know. So we'll be back. Alright guys, so we're about 10 minutes into the market open, and it doesn't look like any of my watch list trades are in play. CLRB kind of opened up and is just kind of selling off. And then KTOV just went up 20%, so pull it up just to see. KTOV, but there's not a lot of volume in this, so definitely not looking to trade it right now. Yeah, everything else is kind of down. EYEG, I was kind of watching over the break to make a new high, so over 285, but that looks pretty slow as well. Not a lot of volume, nothing really happening. So we're just kind of watching it. I'll get into something if I see, if I like something. Remember, Friday was a slow day as well, so today it could just be a following day where everything is slow as well. Not a lot of traders are coming in. So we'll just be watching it. All right, guys. So it's 10:02, so about half an hour into the market. No trade so far. Nothing that I see that gave me a potential good setup. KTOV I was watching on the 5-minute. Went up. The only reason I didn't like it when it was pulling back and I stopped watching it for a bit was because this 5-minute candle, had a very long shadow up here. So I didn't like how it got pushed down. If it would have closed up here and pulled back, a healthy pullback, and then the first 5 minutes to make a new high would have been ideal entry. But since we didn't get that, since it got pushed back and then it started dropping, and in 1 minute the volume really died off, and I was just kind of like, all right, I don't like it. And then the first 5 minutes made a new high, but I didn't jump in, and now it did open up and volume came in. So now what we're waiting for is a 1 minute pullback for a move, potential move for a push towards 250, break of 250, sell into the 270s. So that would be the ideal entry. 276 is the 5-minute or 50 moving average there, and then there's room up to 350, but I don't know if it's gonna get up there, but we'll be watching it. Alright, so I'm in KTOV 241, or 240 is my execution there. We're watching for a break of high of day. So yeah, we're watching for the break of 247 here, and then obviously my stop is just basically going to be below around 235 is where I'm looking to get out. But we want to see this candle. Okay, I'm out. So I got in at 240, out at 235. I just didn't like, it double topped at 247, and then this candle went red, and I just didn't like that. I wanted to see it just basically push through, and we didn't get that right away, so I basically sold. Kept my loss small. Let me see here. I don't know why. Oh, it's coming back up now. I probably did sell prematurely, but you know what, I didn't like it. I didn't feel comfortable with it. It is building this little trend line here, so I might have sold prematurely. But I really feel like it's having trouble in this area. If it was gonna run, it would have just basically pushed right through, go for the break of 250. So I mean, it does look like it could potentially break this 247, run up to 250, a break of that. So I feel like I took the loss I just took, could have been a gain if I held on a little longer. But I'm okay with that because I just didn't feel I just gotta change these things here. Just so I can see these things. So yeah, I just will keep a watch on it. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Alright, so KTOV is below this trend line. Never got up to 247 again. I mean, it's still hanging around this area, but I just don't see any potential setup here right now, just because it's just kind of hanging out in the middle, not doing much. I got in for the first for the 1 minute setup here. Break of basically 240, break of 240 here, and you know, got up to 247, then got pushed back down. I ended up selling at 235. You know, if I would have held, I could have got out break even, but I ended up selling in the, you know, 235 as it was coming down. Figure it was just gonna drop, but didn't happen. So we'll just be watching it. I still feel like it's looking weak here. I don't think it has any more potential. You know, the 1 minute setup wasn't as great, and that's okay. That's okay, you know, because I gave it opportunity here. I felt like, you know, there was opportunity. You know, we could potentially get a break of 250 and then run, but didn't get that, so we got out safely. All right, guys. So, okay, first of all, I don't know why this position is showing me my place from Friday. So ZSA and IPCI. So scratch that. I've only had one play so far, and that's let me see if I can just cancel this out. Yeah, there you go. Oh, didn't mean to go that far. There you go. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, my mouse is being really weird. Okay, I'm just gonna cancel this out for now. Whatever, you guys understand. These are not my trades for today. I only had one KTOV. Now HTGM popped up. You know, it was a great entry here on this little flag here. You know, when the volume was a bit low, get in over 171, 172. Also the, you know, the 5 minute setup here, first 5 minutes to make a high. You know, 172, get in there, and then, you know, volume came in and now it's sitting at 247. It is halted now, so I'm just not sure if this is something I want to trade out of the halt, especially with it being you know, with it being up 100% on the day. And that's just kind of like, okay, it's already up 100% on the day, volume came in, but it is halted now, so a lot of traders are going to be looking at it. Now it depends where this opens up. If it opens, you know, just around 245, 244, could be a great entry. But if it opens, you know, high, I'll just stay out of it, and, you know, look to, you know, just be safe is my thing. So, anyways, we'll come back once this come out of halt. It went on halt 10:28:24, so it will be out around 10:33:24 ideally. So okay, we'll come back once if I do make a trade. I'll probably be fast, so I'll try to get the recording up right away there. Alright, so it came out of the halt. You know, it halted at 247. I was hesitant just because it was already up 100%. You know, if it was up like maybe 25, 30, 40%, and, you know, there was room to run, definitely would have been a good entry. But it you know, halted at 247, opened at 249, and it just quickly popped over, and then it just dropped back down. So, you know, ideal entry would be wait for a pullback. You know, would like to see a good 5 minute setup on this. You know, I feel like it's a bit overextended on 5 minute. You know, would like to see it back down to the low twos, and then a potential run back up towards the high of day. But looks like it's still getting some momentum here. You know, could break 270 here and then run for that 3, but we don't want to jump in. We don't want to jump in that high there. So we'll just be watching it here. Okay, I tried jumping in 400, but I only got partial fill. We'll see if it fills me here. I got 200 filled at 285. Okay, I just got my full position. Oh. Okay, I stopped out. Did I stop out too early? I don't know. So what I wanted to see is I wanted to basically just see it push through 3. So I got in at 85 and I got out at 76. So not the ideal play I wanted to be in, or not the ideal situation, because once I only got a partial fill, you know, it got over to so I got in at 285, got up to 298, and then pulled back, and it just didn't push through. I wanted to see it basically push right through. So yeah, based on that, based on 2 plays today, you know, I got in for the 1 minute setup here because of the first 5 minute candle to make a new high. After that, I got in on the 1 minute setup, and it just didn't do what I expected it to do when I expected it to do it. I mean, I could have waited. You know, I could have gotten out break even or so. So we'll be watching it. I mean, it does have potential here. I could have held it. You know, I could have held it for. You know, my break should have been below this, below that. But I kind of got out as, you know, I got scared as it started coming down. I was like, nope. You know, I need to see it basically just go up and break 3. If it would have broken 3, I probably would have canceled my order of 200 shares. I would have only gone 200. You know, probably maybe add over 3, but it's building excuse me, it's building a nice trend line. I mean, it does have potential here to break 3. So I'm just gonna be watching it. Okay guys, so I got this at 275, waiting for the 84 to break here on the 5 minute, and if that breaks, we might get a if 84 breaks, we might be able to see a push towards that 3 again. So that's what I'm looking for. Now I would definitely look to exit if it goes below this candle, so 269. So I'll have my stop at 268. That's where I would look to basically exit. We're just watching, see if we can get over there. We gotta get over 280 pretty quick here. If you don't, then I'm just gonna bail out. You know, I'm gonna bail out either at 268 or 270. I tried stopping out 270. It just didn't work. I'm gonna see what happens here. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I can't cancel this. Okay, let's see if we can get out 268. I'm gonna see if we can get out 268. I'm gonna have to bail out on the ask here, 262. You know, I didn't want to take such a big loss on this. I should have had my stop at 270. I just wasn't quick enough, and it, you know, ended up losing another 10 cents or so. So, you know, 3 trades today, none of them panned out the way I wanted. But that's okay. You know, I gave them opportunity. You know, I moved in with, you know, a plan. This one probably my worst trade so far today, just because, you know, my exit wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. You know, I was waiting for it to see if it'll go below 270, I'll get out. But I just, you know, missed it. And I ended up getting out on the bid here at 262, just because it was moving away from me, and I wasn't gonna, you know, I had to bail out on the bid. I, you know, put my stop at 268, couldn't get it filled there. First I added at 270, couldn't get there. Then I added at 268, couldn't get there. So I ended up bailing out on 262. You know, that's why sometimes it's good to use the stop. I mean, for this, I could have put my stop at 268, you know, like an actual a stop loss order. But I was just kind of like, you know, if it does quickly go down, you know, 270, it might pop back up. So I'm not gonna have a hard stop. I'll just have a mental stop. And sometimes, you know, mental stops don't work as good as hard stops, right? I mean, as you guys saw, 270. As soon as 270 came, I tried to hit that, and it just didn't work. So that's all right. You know, I got in at 275, 275. I ended up getting out 262. So 0 for 3 today. You know, a couple big, one big loss on HTGM, and then a couple small loss on KTOV. Not a bad day overall. You know, could have been a lot worse. I felt, you know, I was a lot patient today. You know, I didn't take my first trade till like later on in the day. You know, I think my first trade was KTOV was at 10:05. So, you know, I waited 30 minutes into the market before taking my first trade. Then the next trade was at 10:48. So, you know, I waited another about 40 minutes to take the next trade. And then the last trade was at 11. You know, so waited about another 10-15 minutes. So what that shows me is that I'm not just jumping into trades, which is a good thing. I'm waiting for some sort of setup. I mean, you know, for this first one I got in on the first the 1 minute setup, didn't pan out. You know, ended up stopping out. And then this one I got in for you know, in anticipation of the break of 284. I figured, you know, if this is a nice 5-minute pullback, if it can get over 284, we might see a push towards 3. Break of that, you know, we could break the high of day 3 of 5, and then it opens the room to maybe 325, 350. And since we didn't get any of that, you know, as you guys saw, my mistake on, you know, trying to stop out here in the 270s, didn't get that, and I ended up stopping out at 262. Had to get out on the bid. Now it's in the 240. So I mean, it's good that I got out, right? Obviously, it could have been worse, but it also could have been better if I, you know, had my stop loss at 268 and I, you know, bailed out there. So anyways, guys, that's 3 trades for today. That's my max trades for the day. You know, I'm wrecked on all 3, so that's telling me something that maybe I need to stay away for now and come back with a, you know, a fresh slate and you know, attack it again. And if I stay patient like this, you know, if I don't jump into trades right away in the morning, you know, if I take my time, if I you know, if I wait for good setups where they have the potential. I mean, this one had the potential, you know, it could have easily gone over 284, you know, run towards 3, break of that, and we could have seen a new high. it does have that potential, or sorry, it did have that potential, but it just didn't pan out. Earlier here on the 5-minute setup, the only reason I didn't get in because I felt like the pullback wasn't strong. This one I felt like, pullback went from threes all the way down to 260, so about a 40-cent pullback, versus here where it went from 260 down to like 240, so about like a 20-cent pullback, and it just didn't feel as strong. So definitely this 5-minute setup was a bit more stronger than the rest, but for this I could have waited for the first 5 minutes to make a high and then jump in, but I just got in on the anticipation as I saw the volume come in here. On the 1 minute I saw volume come in, and I was like, okay, you know what, the low of this was 260, the low of this is 263. I believe it's 263 on this candle. Yeah, 263. So I figured that, okay, it made a higher low, and as it's coming up, it could potentially test back the high of day here at 3. But obviously we didn't pan out that way, and we took the loss. Moving on from that, thanks for watching today, guys. 3 trades, 0 for 3. Not a big deal because I felt like I was so much more patient than any of my other days that I've traded. I waited, gave it some time, waited for some setups, and then moved in, but just didn't pan out. So we'll come back. Today was a bit slower day in the markets. There wasn't a lot of momentum. That could be the reason, but we'll definitely come back towards tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.